Holding Hands with you here, bringing you Black Clover manga review. This was chapter 201, titled The Shadow Palace, Top Floor. This is hands down not just the best Black Clover chapter, but this is like most likely going to be best chapter of the year. Wow, this chapter had a lot of good gems in it. But let's talk about the beginning of it. We have the devil, and he's holding a grimoire, and he's about to fly up, and he sees the door to exit out of this shadow palace. But somebody stops him, and we get to see like a figure with a sword in his hand, but we don't get to see who it is. I thought maybe it was Petrie. Maybe he left the group and came here before them, and Asta and them. Or maybe it's Asta and he left before the group and he got here. But it was neither. It was actually the chief of the elves himself. It was Lynch, the regular Lynch, the real one. And he's still emotionless, but he's speaking more. And he's not really speaking more, but I would say he's acting more on his own. He hasn't really spoken yet. But the devil, he was like, "Oh, you're here to stop me? Even though you're not fully awakened, it's funny how you still here trying to hate me and kill me. But it makes sense since I didn't take your grimoire, but I took someone else's that was close to you." Which, in this case, he's talking about Petrie. Because Petrie, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't have his grimoire no more. He can still use his magic, but it's not going to feel at full power because the devil took the grimoire. But they start throwing hands, and they go back and forth. And at this one moment, the devil actually binds him with a shadow spell on his sword. And his sword that he has can only reflect magic. So since this is being restrained by actually metal, rope of, metal and shadow, thanks to what the devil can do with his voice magic, he technically can't really do nothing. He's bound to the floor. So he sends like this metal spear at him. But it gets reflected by Captain Rose, Charlotte. So Charlotte, she's there, and she starts talking down on this thing, saying, "I'm not going to let you kill our chieftain." And she's like, "Chieftain, are you okay?" And again, Lich is not speaking. He's moving, but it's like everyone else is doing dialogue for him. For some odd reason, his voice is not working. Maybe because he's not fully awakened like the devil said. Or maybe because he's only, maybe he's hurt. Who knows? But then they started verses. Now it's these two verses, the devil. And then out of nowhere, our favorite character, or at least my favorite character, Yami comes in. He comes in all clutch, and he shredded a technique on him. And he was like, "Let me join in." And Rose was like, "Are you here to get in my way again, human?" And he was like, "No, not yet, but there's a couple of things I want to talk to you and do to you. But since this malicious thing is here, why don't we take it out first, since it seems to be more of a threat to us than anything?" And she agrees, and she's like, "As long as you don't slow me down, I won't leave you for dead." And he was like, "Oh, that's my line." Then they start throwing hands with him. And it came to one part where, like, she had her throne bush that she threw at the devil, and he kind of blocked it, and he almost reversed it back. But Yami came in the clutch, and he snuck up and went upwards, and he actually was able to slice. In one of the panels, if you look at one of his wings, it looks like it's not fully attached, like somebody cut it. And we know Yami, he was there with his sword, and he told him, like, "I got you," and he replied, "Oh, wow, I'm surprised you're this strong." So this shows that Yami, he's no joke. I mean, yeah, Rose beat him at a luck, because, he didn't want to go full power, because one is a free man and two is a fellow knight. But it's awesome seeing Yami upgrade, And Yami does specify, too, in this chapter that the other power source that was great as well, Nazo went to that one. And that's where Petrie was at, so he followed the opposite, which led him here. So that's how he got to this side of the tower. Because the top floor has two different towers to get up there, so he took the left wing, I believe, and Nazo took the right. And when Nazo took the right, as we seen last chapter, he met up with Petrie and Asta, and And thanks to Yami taking the left wing, he's here with the elves and this devil thing. But they continue to fight. And then we get to switch over to the last panel of the chapter. And this is where the things really take interesting. We see Finrose fully healed on the floor, left alone, and he's dreaming about females, of course, as always. But then Nero wakes him up. And when he wakes up, he's like, oh, hi, Nero. What do you want? And out of nowhere, as you see in the thumbnail, Nero can actually speak. Oh, Nero can speak. This brings up a lot of questions. 1, why haven't you said nothing this whole time until now? 2, why is it all of a sudden now that this is going on, this situation between the elves, the demon, and, the Astas, the humans, why are you speaking now? And also, 3rd, why does he want to go to the demon bones? Now, there's a lot of fan theories that Nero can possibly be either one of Asta's parents or Yuna's parents, because, a lot of people are saying they're actually brothers. Not stepbrothers, they're actually biologically all brothers. So if that's true, Nero could be the spirits of one of their parents. It could be the original demon. Or it can be Lynch himself. Now, for me, I always believe that Nero is the reincarnation of Lynch, and here's my reason why. 1, when Asta first went into his dungeon, Nero was following him. Nero guided him. I'm not really guided him, but if you look at the first dungeon, technically speaking, I'm not sure if this was after or before, I can't remember, but Nero was following him since, not even the dungeon actually, it was before that, he actually started following him in that one city that Magna took him into, if you ever remember, which after that led into the dungeon, and since then he's been following him. 2, we know Asta has the clover grimoire, the 5-leaf clover, which has the swords, which were Lynch's books, and we know Nero's been interested in Asta for a while since then. So it's just weird how Asta is so similar to what Lynch was in the past when he had his emotions, because the Lynch we have now has no emotion. He is going instant. So it would make sense that if Asta has his power, who's gonna actually be the reincarnation of his soul? Why not Nero? Someone who's always with Asta, since Asta always has his power as well. That's just my theory on it. But at the same time, I don't think that's kind of true either now, because out of nowhere, Nero asks his friend to take him to the demon bones, so in the outskirts of town, which is weird. I mean, I did hear a fan theory that maybe, since the elves can summon demons, which we learned that from the witch, maybe Petri or Lynch, maybe one of them did summon this in the past, but instead of summoning it to destroy the human village, maybe they actually summoned a demon to destroy the other demon because they couldn't defeat him. And maybe that's how they sealed him away. Maybe the story of the first Wizard King defeating this demon and creating the kingdom, that could be a false interpretation. Maybe what really happened is that the Wizard King and the elf had to summon another greater demon to fight this one, and they used him as a sacrifice to fight him, and they couldn't beat this one, but they actually sealed him away. And that's why this guy has so much hatred for the elves and the humans. Maybe that's why he manipulated them to hating each other afterwards. Because maybe they tag teamed and they joined up and defeated him by using this curse summoning. I mean, it can go either or. Black Clover right now has just been on fire. It's definitely been... This is not just the best chapter of Black Clover. This is the best chapter, not just all this week, but this is the best chapter of this whole year. Even though the year's not done yet, but... Like I said before, but we still halfway through the year, but Black Clover had just been on fire. It's been killing everything every week for the past couple of months. And I'm like, wow, my hero's been getting slower, and a lot of people have been complaining about it getting worse. But Black Clover has actually been the opposite, so I'm very happy. I mean, I'm a fan of both series. I'm not throwing hate or shit at neither of them, because they both have their up and downs, but I'm just happy that Black Clover is getting its manga and anime, more popular, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, Nero, can't wait to see what he's gonna do when he goes back with Finwell to the Demon Bones. Who knows, maybe Nero will actually be the hero of the story, of the arc, and he'll be the one to save everybody, if he is the reincarnation of Lynch, like I'm thinking. Or he could be tricking Finral, and maybe he's the reincarnation of that demon. Who knows? We'll find out next week, though, definitely. To see what's going on between that battle and Finral and the bird and demon corpse. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, share with your family and friends. Give this video a like. Please follow me on Twitter, link me down below. And please tell me your thoughts, comments, and opinions on this chapter. What you liked and didn't like about the chapter. Who do you think Never really is? And what do you think Never wants to go back to the Devil Bones in the outskirts of the city? What's your thoughts on that? If you have not read the chapter, I advise you to go very, very great chapter. Really great stuff. We're 201 chapters in, so if you fell off Black Clover early on, or you never read it, I advise you to catch up and deal with it and keep reading, because it does get really, really good. About somewhere in the 50s or 60s, but not really, it's like more 40 or 50s, but Black Clover is real, real good. I advise you to hop on it now while you have the chance. Don't wait until everyone else hops on it, then when you want to hop on it late. This is one of those mangas that it takes time to build up, but once it does very well. But that's all I have for you guys. Peace out and have a good one.